Hi everyone, and welcome back to Butterfly's Poison Blood Chains. I did some adjusting with settings and whatnot, so hopefully you can't hear my AC anymore. And if you can, I'm really sorry. I went through and I tested it, so hopefully I didn't hear it. So hopefully you don't hear it either, and hopefully no other issues come up because I always have technical issues. Anyway, let's get going. Alright. Shigeko says after listening to Fujita's report, today she went to the Imperial Theater with her female friends. She's just returned and she looks a bit tired. She sips on the tea Fujita brought her and shifts her gaze out to the dark garden. The look on her face is hardly that of a concerned mother. Her mind seems to have wandered elsewhere.
柴さんがそんなことをね。確かに以前からあなたに興味を持っているようだったけれど。
In me?
ええ。何しろあなたは年頃なのにめったに夜会に顔を出さないでしょ。他の方にも姫様に会ってみたいと言われたのは一度や二度じゃなくってよ。
Gee, thanks, Mom. Can't we worry about Dad's, funeral and death right now? Yuriko frowns. She doesn't like how her mother makes it sound as if she's committed some kind of sin by not going to these parties. The reason she doesn't go to many parties is because she barely has any gowns. Going to multiple parties in the same gown is out of the question. It'd be letting the whole world know about her family's poverty. It's also wrong to assume that she's crazy about fine clothes like her mother, who is obsessed with her wealthy younger days and continues to indulge in herself in a glamorous lifestyle. It's not as if she hates parties. Sure, she's a terrible dancer and she feels a little out of place, but there's something fascinating about those dazzling soirees. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure if she told her mom, well, I'm not going because I don't have any dresses, her mother would probably buy her some dresses. Maybe. It's the family's money troubles, not her lack of desire, that prevents her from going. She knows a lot more about her family's finances than other young women do.
それであなたはどう思うの、ゆりさん。
What do I...
そうよ。あなたの結婚のお話ですからね。
Yeah, especially with their dad dead, they're gonna have to think of that a lot more seriously.
僕は反対だよ、ゆり子。
Oh, where'd you come from? Alright, he came back from Red Light District. Mizuhito, who's been silent until now, opens his mouth.
可愛い妹。そんな卑しい男にやれるものか。まるでけだもののようなやつだ。
Well, maybe
金と引き換えに結婚だなんて。
Maybe your lazy ass should have been here, making sure this didn't happen.
まあ、いきなり何を言うの、水人さん。
藤田は婉曲的に説明しましたが、そういうことなんですよ、お母様。あの男ははっきりとそう言ったんだろう。なあ、藤田。
He was a lot more aggressive, that's for sure.
はい、父様。
Fujita opted not to tell Shigeko about the fact that she even knows about the household's financial situation or that he forcibly pulled Yuriko into an embrace. Despite coming home looking carefree, Mizuhito soon caught on to Yuriko's strange behavior and Fujita's unease. He ordered Fujita to tell him everything. Which is why Mizuhito is furious. Shiba must be insane for suggesting such an outrageous marriage proposal to his sister. Gecko, on the other hand, doesn't look the slightest bit perturbed.
あら、そうだったの？お金と引き換えにだなんて品のないこと。
品のないでは済まされない話です。言語道断だ。僕は絶対に許さない。
I don't want to get married to him either, brother. Encouraged by her brother's unexpected strong rejection, Yuriko nervously opens her mouth to speak her mind. Well, he's rejecting because he has a thing for his sister. I can't even bear the thought of marrying a man like him. He's such a terrible person.
そうだろう。当たり前だ。そんなならず者と一緒になったら、お前が不幸になるのは目に見えている。こんな縁談は話にもならない。
まあお待ちなさい、あなたたち。
Shikako enunciates every word as if she's trying to pacify little
これ
children.
も一つの縁です。そう頭からダメと決めつけることはないわ。
しかし
She's really trying to marry us off.
確かにあの人は少し破天荒でそやな部分があるかもしれないけれど立派な方よ。まだお若いのに一人で財を成した
Oh,
んですか
mother,
ら。
I'm suspecting you of marrying or murdering our father now. Mother, do you know him well?
少しはね。
Okay, hang on. I got it. This music, man. I got it. Hang on. There we go. Sorry, the music's just really loud to me, so I had to adjust it. Sorry. Shikako smiles warily.
私の友人のお知り合いだったのよ。よく夜会にもお顔をお出しになって。家族ではないけれど、ご婦人方には大変な人気だったわ。
I bet he is. What? Really?
ええ、そうよ。
I mean,
と
I
ても
like
珍しいことね。いわゆる成金の殿方なんて、私たちのような女には普通煙たがられますもの。
That's unbelievable. How can such a crude man be so welcome?
その、
Because he's
なんと
crude?
いうのかしら。そういうところがおとなしい男性ばかり見てきた家族の婦人には
Yeah.
刺激的なのかもしれないわね。
Little beta bitches. Some women like them, okay. Just. What do you mean?
お金持ちになって社交界の仲間入りをしたいという成金たちは皆家族の真似をしますもの。けれど所詮生まれながらの品格はにじみ出てしまう。けれどあの方はそういったことをなさらない。どこへ行ってもご自分のやり方を恥じることもなく貫いていらっしゃる。
Ah, so he's not a fake. Okay.
もちろん眉を潜める人も多いわ。けれどそれ以上に柴さんの男性的な魅力に参ってしまう婦人も多いのよ。
I can't understand that at all. Despite her words, however, Yuriko feels like she can vaguely understand what makes Shiba charming. I know what makes him charming. He's totally what I like. Shiba's ability to fascinate people is probably in his nature. The ability to enchant every woman he meets. And Shiba wrapped her in his firm embrace. Her instincts as a woman kicked in, and she felt indescribably drawn to him. She was overwhelmed by a sensation she never felt before. But her pride as an upright daughter of a noble family would never let her admit it. Still, he may be popular with aristocratic ladies, but he despises the nobility.
まあ、そうなの？
I mean, obviously. He insulted our household. He bragged about his wealth, and he laughed at us. Well, I mean, you guys do that too, so... Well, maybe not Yuriko, but... Her family makes fun of our childhood friend's family. It's not exactly like we're in the... You know, moral high ground right here. We do it too, hypocrites. Yuriko recalls the humiliation, and she clenches her fists on her lap. He said there's no helping us nobles. He also said we don't work, and we only indulge ourselves in luxury. Well, you don't, though. You said you couldn't get a part-time job because people would look down on you for it.
今の成金というのは大抵そんなものですよ。
You guys don't work.
優
You
雅をご
don't.
存じないんだわ。
Shigeko picks up a small biscuit with sugar on top and takes a bite. She makes such a simple and innocent gesture look elegant, letting those around her know that her gracefulness is innate.
柴さんは聞いた話ではひどい貧乏から大変な苦労をしてここまで来たのだそうよ。
Yeah, usually that's why they don't like the wealthy who just have it handed to them.
私たちには想像もつかないお話だけれど、そんな風に生きてきたのではお金しか信じられなくなってしまうのも無理はないんじゃなくって。
お母様
Mizuhito raises his voice, unable to keep quiet any longer.
お母様はそんなにあの男のことばかり擁護して
She had a fling with him.
一体どういうおつもりなんだ
She had a thing with him. That's why.
私はただ事実を言っているだけよ。
She thinks he's hot.
それではお母様は家のためにユリコに身を売れとおっしゃるんですか
I mean, it's kind of what's gonna happen regardless.
水人さん、あなたらしくもない。落ち着きなさい。
We're not doing your route so we don't feel the same way, bro.
これが落ち着いていられますか
Calm calm down. You'll be fine. Mitsuhito shakes his head, pushing his hair back in frustration.
なんてことだ。娘と家を計りにかけるなんて。こんな家どうなったっていいじゃありませんか。
I mean, we don't have much honor considering he just goes to the red light district constantly.
こんな家こんな家ですって
I mean, our dad was murdered. We have no money. Your brother's a lustful layabout who just goes to the red light district. There's not much to be proud of in this family. As soon as Shigoko registered Mitsuhito's words, she narrows her eyebrows and angrily glares at him.
もう一度おっしゃい水人さん
Oh yeah, she
許
doesn't like
しま
him.
せんよこんな家とは何ですか仮にも当主であるあなたがこの家を軽んじるなんて
言いましょう。何
He
回
is
だ
head
っ
of
て
the
ね。
household now. Yuriko can't believe what she just heard. Her brother has never defied their mother to her face, but now he's inviting her wrath so openly. Well, he's at the house now.
家だのしきたりだのに縛られて、したいこともできない、言いたいことも言えない。そんな仮名などまっぴらですよ。僕が家のために絵をやめなければならなかったことは仕方がない。けれど、ユリコをそんな男のもとに嫁がせることだけは反対です。
I completely forgot about his painter subplot.
娘一人の人生ですよ。それを金で売れというのですか。考えるだけでおぞましい。
Sorry, I'm still blocking the words. This is the giant block of text. Hang on.
消えてしまえばいい。
I'm gonna move a little bit over. Like, I have to be off the screen. That is a long rant. Sorry.
家が何だと言うんです。身分が何だと言うんです。人間そのものが幸せに生きられないのならば、そんなものは捨ててしまえばいいんです。
なんということ
Shikako stares at Mizuhito like she's never seen him before. Her face is pale and she's trembling. Maybe I should shrink down. Give me a second. I'll shrink a little bit. Maybe I'll cut off less of the words now. Not just Shigeko, Yuriko and Fujita are just as speechless after witnessing Mizuhito's triad. Yuriko's usually silly and laid-back brother, who never expressed any earnest emotion, has just ranted like a completely different person. Yuriko watches her brother still in disbelief. Well, I mean, you actually piss off quiet people, they get quite scary. Still cut off some of the words. Sorry. All his pent-up emotions suddenly explode out all at once. Mizuhito had always kept his cool whenever Shigeko would ridicule him for painting. Even when Shigeko had torn up the painting he intended to display at an exhibition, he had simply nodded and looked heartbroken. But now, jeez, I would hate that bitch.
旦那様この家はおしまいですなんという恥知らずな恐ろしい
Shigeko's gaze darts about the room, seeing everything and nothing at once, as she continues to mutter deliriously. By darling, she means her late husband. Even after Mizuhito became the head of the household, Shigeko remains the only person who refuses to call Mizuhito master. Well, it's kind of weird because this is her stepson, because it's not her child. Oh, she makes a gagging sound like she's about to vomit, but then she clenches her fist around the left side of her chest as she goes rigid. Mom's dying. She's having a heart attack. Quick, stab her. Mother?
奥方様。
She's having a heart attack or stroke. Shigeko doubles over and collapses on the couch. Yeah, mommy dearest is now dead. Thanks, bro. You just killed mom. This is the second commotion in the matter since the incident that took place that night. They immediately called a doctor who later diagnosed her with a heart illness. Yeah, she had a heart attack. According to the doctor, Shigeko has been taking pills to help her sleep since the death of the Viscount. Oh. That's not good. The more she consumes, however, the bigger the toll on her health. Not to mention, she probably has like a blood clot or something. Clogged arteries. Not to mention that Shigeko's heart has always been weak. Viscount's death was too shocking for her heart to bear. She's been throwing herself into her glamorous lifestyle because she wanted to hide the truth of her weakening mind and body. See, I knew there was a reason she was doing it. But her argument with Mizuhito triggered her illness, and although she survived, she is now no longer able to walk. Aww. The incident on the night of Yuriko's birthday, the illness that her strong mother is suffering from. And then Shiba's marriage proposal that she had yet to find a solution for. Miseries are knocking on Yuriko's door, and they just won't stop, leaving her trapped inside without any idea how to even begin to deal with them. Yeah, chaos comes in threes, usually. Oh, Shiba. Shiba comes to visit the manor again, not even 3 days after his marriage proposal. Fujita lets Shiba into the parlor while waiting for another servant to fetch Yuriko. Why do you let him in? Tell him no. Send him away. Hideo walks into the manor wanting to visit the Nomiya family since it's his day off. When he runs into Shiba, both of them are startled to see each other.
あなたは
Our boy! Save us from this man, please! Save me! Hideo.
やあやあ、どうも。あの夜会以来ですな、軍人殿。
Shiba's so freaking charismatic, that's why people like him. Shiba smiles pleasantly, standing up from the couch and extending his hand to shake Hideo's. Not expecting the other man's candid gesture, Hideo returns the smile, albeit awkwardly, and shakes Shiba's hand. Hideo has obviously heard about Shiba's business and his marriage proposal to Yuriko. Save me! Save us! Hideo thought about giving Shiba a piece of his mind the next time they met, but the abnormal composure and dignity oozing from the man in front of him are quick to extinguish his internal intention. Yeah, once it was too damn charming, man. He's pretty sure Shiba isn't that much older than him, so why does Shiba have this effect on him? It's the way he holds himself. It radiates confidence, and then it just overpowers people. I know people like this. They're really intimidating without needing to be, or meaning to be. Hideo is ashamed of himself for being overpowered by this man, but only for a moment. Soon he regains his pride as a young officer. His expression tenses, and he puffs up his chest.
先日は
That's our
どうも
military,
失礼をいた
man.
しました。
That's our military, bro.
とんでもない。ああ、そういえば自己紹介もまだでしたな。私は自分
Oh,
は
sorry. I thought I was still talking.
尾崎秀夫と申します。おお。
I want to just call him
少尉殿か。
Ozaki. Shiba narrows his eyes, studying Hideo.
尾崎家。大戦で華々しい活躍を遂げたあの勇敢な落ち筋ですな。
Okay, so this is after World War I.
ご存知なのですか？もちろんです。
Everyone knows your family, dude.
俺はどんな苦境にあっても知らぬ
Probably it's fine
存然と蹴鞠などに勤しんでいる奥下様
Fine with him since he's not old
あなたの
money.
家のような
His family's
こうあって
relatively
身
new
分を
money.
得た方々が好きですよ。
Hideo most definitely does not expect those words. He remembers the argument he had with Yuriko that night about their families.
家族が皇室の反兵とは名ばかりだ。国民に模範を示す立場の者たちのはずが、汗臭く厳しい軍務は嫌だという軟弱者ばかり。
Oh, they don't.
戦後、膨大な軍人に爵位を与えましたね。家族を軍人でなく、軍人を家族にすることによって体面を保っている。私はね、そんな彼らを心底軽蔑しているんですよ。
Yeah, that's typically what happens though.
ならばなぜ、この家の者に求婚をなさるのですか？
Because he wants to mess with us, probably. Shiba's words are shockingly frank. Hideo is still trying to process his blunt honesty as he poses this question. Shiba widens his eyes ever so slightly. He cocks his head and hums a long, thoughtful note.
知っておられるのか？
Everyone's heard about your
あのプラ
proposal.
イドの高いおひいさん
Servants
は
talk, dude.
恥と思えば貝のように口を閉ざしそうなものだが。
Some water's freaking hot. Sorry, I need some water. I'm dying right now. Oh, it's been so hot. I should just keep this open. My bad. Sorry. Excuse me. Hydrating.
自分は彼女と幼い頃からの付き合いなのです。
We're besties. Come on now. Hideo answers carefully.
あいつから聞いたのではないが、 家同士の付き合いが長いもので自然と耳に入るのです。
Well, it's servants talk.
なるほど。あなた方は幼馴染というやつなんですね。
Besties! Yeah! Shiba nods, seemingly satisfied with Hideo's answer, and breaks to his knowing smile. He seems like he's my only
あ
friend
の晩も
too.
彼女を必死で守ろうとしたわけですか。
自分はただ
You like us, don't lie.
俺には幼馴染なぞというものがないのでね。どんな感覚なのかはわからんが。
Hideo flounders, but Shiba is still smiling, and Hideo wonders if Shiba is trying to be sarcastic. Yes, he is.
求婚の理由はそれほどのものじゃない。何？ちょっとした縁があるのです。
絵にし
Oh. Just as the question leaves Hideo's mouth, Yuriko enters the parlor. Fujita is walking behind her. My apologies for having made you wait. Oh, Hideo, what do you do? What brought you here?
別にお前のようなおてんばに求婚するような紳士とはどんなものかと興味があっただけさ。
Well, gee, thanks, sir. Hideo, can't I go a single day without you teasing me? Well, with reddening cheeks, Yuriko glares at Hideo. Hideo shrugs it, turns his face away from Yuriko.
それじゃ俺はそろそろおいとましよ
Don't leave me with this man, please. Come back. Come back. What, already? You just arrived, didn't you?
う。軍人風情とはいえ婚約者との仰せを邪魔するほど野暮じゃない。
He isn't my fiancé.
そうですよ。何もお帰りになることはない。
Please stay. I need a buffer between this man. Yuriko flinches and frowns at Shiba's sudden intervention.
聞けばおひいさんと浅
Now
から
I'm
ぬ関係とい
suspicious.
うじ
Why
ゃ
does
あ
he
りま
want
せ
him
ん
to
か。
stay?
それなら私にとってもあなたは他人ではない。
しかし自分はこの家のものではないし、この
Stay.
ような場にいることはいささか。
Hideo, it's fine. My business with him will be over in a second, so stay. Yuriko holds Hideo's gaze as she very nearly pleads with him to say, please stay. I don't want to be alone with this man. Warmth rushes up Hideo's face and neck. It colors his cheeks red. He mumbles his assent and leans against the wall. Just sit down. Those are couches. Just sit next to me. Yuriko heaves a relieved sigh before scowling and shifting her gaze towards the man who dared to act so crassly toward her the other day. I enjoyed him. But then her eyes fall on a bouquet of red roses in the man's hands. Oh, not red roses. I mean, I like red roses, but she narrows her eyes, glaring at the bouquet as if a horde of snakes might burst out of it any moment.
さて、ご挨拶が遅れましたね。姫のご機嫌はいかがですか？
Why are you here? I didn't invite you to my home. Press, thanks to you.
これは
We're just
嫌われ
making
たも
him
のだ。
like us more.
まあいいでしょう。さあ、受け取ってください。女性には花が必要だ。
Thank you, Fujita, if you will. Yuriko hands the bouquet to Fujita, who's been standing next to her without even sparing it a glance or trying to take a sniff. Shiba is unfazed. He continues to smile, not hiding the fact that he's watching Yuriko closely. He's into this crap. We're just making him more interested.
それで、決心はつきましたか？
Saying no again, sir. I have no idea what you're talking
釣
about.
れないな。あんなに情熱的な求婚をしたのに。
Uh-huh. Clearly, your definition of heated is quite different than mine because your proposal did nothing but chill me to the bone. I'm not into you,
今日
dude.
は何やら
I mean,
虫の
I
入れ
am.
が悪いのかな。
But she's not right now.
何かあったんですか？
Yuriko's sigh is exasperated. She's beyond tired. All she wants is for this man to get out of the manor, preferably right this second. Doesn't want to hear another rant about her family's weaknesses, and he doesn't seem like he's willing to leave before he gets to hear her answer. Yuriko's lips feel as heavy as lead, but she forces them open. My mother is ill. I need to look after her, so I really have no time to deal with you.
おお、奥方様が倒れたのか。まさか スペイン風邪にでもかかったので
Oh,
はな
the
いだろうな。
Spanish flu would be bad. No, she isn't. It's just exhausted. She's just exhausted. How can you joke about something like this? I don't think he was joking. Yuriko yells at him because the disease that Sheba mentioned is a lethal pandemic that's spreading widely right now. Yeah, the Spanish influenza, the Spanish flu, just the flu in general. It's just horrible, man. It was bad.
ああ、悪い悪い。
A
俺はそんな
lot
つ
of
もりは
people.
なかったが。なるほど。それは大変だな。
I mean, if that's currently what's
あなたも
spreading,
相
it's
当に疲れている
understandable
ようだ。
why he asked if that was it. Yes, you know full well that my family is far from wealthy, and we don't have enough servants, so I need to stay by my mother's side.
それで、あなたも病人と一緒に家の中に閉じこもって暗い顔をしているというわけか。
How dare you?
あなたがずっとそばにいて何になる。それで奥方様は良くなるのか？ん？あなたがいなければ呼吸が止まってしまうとでも言うのか？
Don't be stupid. My mother feels more at ease when I'm around. What do you know about the bond between a parent and child?
ああ、わからんな。俺は父の顔は知らん。
Such a bastard.
母は幼い頃に死んだ。
I love it. Oh,
まあ、そんなことはどうでもいい。まさか片時も離れられぬというほど重症ではないのだろう。
her illness isn't that life-threatening, but Sheba is right. Just because Yuriko insists on staying by her mother's side doesn't mean she'll magically be cured. Some servants from her mother's side of the family have been sent here to look after her. Before Sheba arrived, all Yuriko was doing was reading a book next to her mother's bed. But still, although she can't do much for her mother, she wants to stay by her side. The thought of losing her mother right after she just lost her father was too much to bear. It's suffocating. It suffocates Yuriko even when she considers a possibility. In the process, though, she was unwittingly poked at Sheba's unfortunate... She has unwittingly poked at Sheba's unfortunate childhood. Guilt binds her, and she doesn't think she can argue anymore. This man, he went through the same hopeless situation when he was much, much younger than me. What kinds of things has this man gone through in his life? Probably a lot. A lot. Yuriko thinks she's caught a glimpse of this unknown man's true self. She isn't sure what to do with this new finding.
それなら少しくらいはここを離れたっていいだろう。このままではあなたまで病気になってしまうぞ。
どうだ？外に出ないか？帝劇かチャリネか？料亭に飯を食いに行くのもいい。呉服屋で服を見繕ってやってもいい。
No, I'm good. But
気晴らしをするくらいはいいだろう。何、一日中というわけじゃない。暗くなる前には戻るさ。
I don't think I'm up for an outing like that.
だから、その元気をつけに行くんだろ
I don't trust you, sir.
う。何もあなただけのためじゃない。俺も仕事の息抜きに遊びたいんだ。それに付き合ってくれればいい。
Hideo, come with us. We could, all three of us go. You're so pushy, do you know that? Well, he is a merchant. How they get people to buy stuff. Yuriko gives Sheba a bitter smile because she can see, however faintly, that this is his way of showing his concern for her. She isn't exactly in the mood to enjoy herself given the circumstances. She doesn't think she'll have a great time with Sheba either. But even if she did somehow have a wonderful time with Sheba, the same family situation would still be waiting for her when she came home. Her father will never come back, she knows that. So she wishes instead for her mother's recovery, for this family's recovery. For her brother to be able to paint his heart to his heart's content, for the load on Fujita's shoulder to disappear. That she can do... What can she do to guide the light back into the darkness that this household? She wonders if the man standing before her is that answer. Nah, not in this route, it's not. Must I really marry him? Is there really no other way out? Oh, she's in love with Majima. I keep forgetting. Majima's face comes to her mind. Ever since her mother collapsed, he's been bringing her mother various types of fresh flowers every single day. His kindness is helping Yuriko the most. As the days go by, the emptiness inside her chest grows. She can spend every day nursing her faint feelings for Majima, but nothing will come of them. Oh, girl! Shiba's been on her mind too since the day he forced his marriage proposal on her. Although Shiba's method leaves a lot to be desired, this is the first time she's ever had a man express his desire for her so blatantly. Her pulse beats faster whenever she recalls the way Shiba smells. Ugh, I don't like the cigarette smell. It's as if her heart and mind are trying to replace the pure and earnest feelings she has for Majima. Aww.
姫様
Hmm? She's been silent for a while, lost in her own thoughts when Fujita calls her. She turns to Fujita. His stony face remains rigid, but there's a hint of hesitation there as he
言っ
continues.
てこられてはいかがですか
Maybe. Fujita.
私も姫様がずっとお暗いお顔をなさっているのを心苦しく思っていました。
I mean,
姫様は先代の殿様がお隠れになってから一歩も外へ出ておられませんし、少しだけでも出かけていらしては。
have I really been moping so much? Reiko finds Fujita's admission a little surprising. But she thought she was doing her best to appear lively and strong. But it seems like her bluffing failed to stop those around her from worrying about her. Especially not Fujita, who's known Yuriko since she was a child. She should have known better than hoping she could fool him.
無理もないこととは思いますが、こうしてお誘いくださる方もいらっしゃることですし、ただ
二人きりで行かせるわけにはいかないよ。
What's up, bro? The clear voice reverberates through the room, and she turns toward the direction it's coming from. Hi, bro! Standing there is her brother, who has somehow made his way into the parlor without making a single sound. At least he's not at the red light district for once. He still has this decadent and hazy air about him, but his will is reflected clearly in the glare that he's directing at Shiba.
ユリコはまだ嫁入り前の娘だ。どこの馬の骨ともわからないような男と二人で出かけるなんてはしたないことはさせられない。
I want Hideo to come with us.
藤田。
はい、殿様。私もどなたかをお連れになっていただくことを条件にと思っておりました。
Oh shit, you were.
さすが箱入りといったところだな。
It's for our safety too, because this man is very aggressive, so we don't know what he may or may not do. Shiba grumbles, especially with adult game. Which this has been edited, so if there was that, it would be removed. Shiba grumbles with contempt. He acts like he owns the manor and has the nerve to glare back at Mizuhito.
監視がなければ遊びにも行かれないとは、なんとも窮屈なことだ。
君が夫人への礼儀をわきまえた紳士であれば、僕もこんなことを言わずに済むんだがね。
Thanks, Mizuhito. Only son.
いくら先民といえども、
Can I
最
call him
初から
Anaki?
女のミサを奪うような真似はしないさ。
Onisan.
その発想の方が卑しいというものだ。
Shiba's vulgar remarks make Mizuhito furrow his slender eyebrows. The two of them are as different as black and white, oil and water. Their personalities are poles apart.
そういえば正式なご挨拶が。
I don't know, you're both kinda... Mizuhito's composed tone sounds a little strained as it comes out like he's trying to contain the wrath boiling inside his chest.
僕が今のこの家の当主の水人だ。あの夜、妹を救ってくれたことには感謝するが、こんな形で再会するとはね。
俺は芝純一だ。
Sorry. Shiba's tone is arrogant in contrast to Mizuhito's cold and distant introduction.
大道洋行という貿易商社をやっている。先日おひいさんにも言ったことだからもう伝わっているだろうが、こちらにはこの家の借財すべてを片付ける用意がある。
ああ、そのようだね。 もちろん話は聞いているよ。
いかにも殿様らしく金のことなど興味がないという風情ですな。
金のことというか、僕はこの縁
He's like,
談
I'm
にも
not
興
gonna
味
give you
がない。
permission.
というと、
花から問題になどしていない。妹は嫁がせない。
To you, right? I can marry my childhood friend, right? Right?
ほう、
Shiba's eyes glint
それ
dangerously.
は俺に限らずということかな。
ああ、そうだ。
But Hideo's right there. Hideo's right there. Mizuhito turns his tired face to his sister and gazes at her lovingly. Please don't do this in front of other people.
僕にはまだ
Oh my gosh, please don't do this in front of other
妹
people.
が必要なんだ。
Please don't do this in front of other people. Brother? Having watched the two men's interaction with bated breath, Yuriko doesn't know what to make of her brother's vague statement. Please save us, Hideo, please. Hideo's been silent all of this time, fixes Mizuhito with a glare that is imbued with suspicion and something akin to disgust. Oh my gosh, he knows. Of course he knows. He's our childhood friend. Oh no. Please save us from our brother too, please. Our half-brother. Eventually, Fujito clears his throat, breaking the eerie silence in the room.
殿様、そろそろ。
Please save me.
ああ、そうだね。
Are you going to the red light district again?
ぐずぐずしていたら日が暮れてしまうね。
Mizuhito speaks with blurry eyes as if he's just woken up from a dream.
それじゃあ、芝君、妹を連れ出すというのなら
Hideo?
友をつけたいのだが。
Let's do this. Let's make this a group date.
ああ、別に。俺は構わんよ。誰でも連れて行けばいい。
Hideo.
それ
Hideo,
と
please.
妹をおかしなところへ連れ去られては困るよ。今日は食事くらいにしてくれたまえ。
Okay.
注文が多いな。
What? You're gonna take us somewhere shady?
俺もさほど時間があるというわけではないんでな。
Doesn't seem like it. You keep showing up at my house. Shiba speaks dismissively, and Mizuhito nods, seemingly satisfied. And then Mizuhito turns to Yuriko and slightly inclines his head.
さ
Oh,
あ、選ぶといい。ゆり子、
okay. What do you mean?
誰かを連れて行くのが条件だと言っただろ。この家のものを一人選ぶんだ。
Just one person?
ああ。あまり大所帯で出かけても何事かと目を引いてしまうだろうからね。まあ、お前が一緒にいて
Okay.
一番心安く思えるものを。
Majima, no. We're not doing Majima. That would be... Oh, pick no one. Oh, that would mean I'm on Shiba's route, right? I'm gonna save. I'm pretty sure I know that this is like route choosing. So let's do Hideo. Hideo, come with me here. Do you want to come along, please? Take me safe.
俺か？
Yes. Childhood friend.
そうだな。秀夫くんが最適だと僕も思う。
Please keep us safe, Hideo. Relief floods through Yuriko as she sees her brother nod in approval with a broad smile on his face. Brother and Hideo are not on friendly terms. They haven't been for a long time, in fact. Probably because he knows that he's into you, and it weirds him out. Hideo is a strict individual who is fastidious, while Mizuhito treats anything and everything without a care in the world, except for us, apparently. The two are polar opposites. I mean, one's also looking a mess, a sexy mess, and the other is all prim and proper like. Yuriko and Hideo used to be close friends in the past, until Hideo began to gradually distance himself and act cold towards her. The frequency of his visits to the Nomiya's family's manor has also been decreasing, because he probably likes her now. Naturally, it has resulted in even wider rift between Mizuhito and Hideo. Hideo might be here right now because of her father's death, but until a moment ago, Yuriko was plagued with fears that the conflict between her brother and childhood friend would reignite. Sorry. However, she seems to have been worried for nothing. Mizuhito currently perceives Shiba as his enemy, and therefore Hideo as an ally. Enemy of my enemy is my friend. Unlike their mother, her brother isn't particularly proud of their social standing, and so she trusts him at the very least not to look down on Hideo in that respect.
ねえ、ヒデオくん。妹に付き合ってくれるだろ?
Keep me safe, please. Mizuhito asks, looking at Hideo with cordiality in his gaze.
せっかくの休暇を使ってきてくれた君にこんなことを頼むのもなんだが、一つ面倒を見てやってくれないか?
Okay.
ああ、ユリコがそれを望むなら。
Well, I chose you, so obviously it's what I want. Hideo replies somewhat begrudgingly. Feel that you're spending time with me. He glances at her and firmly nods despite the reluctant look on his face.
うん、わかった。軍人殿がお供をする
He's
んだ
like
な。
my bodyguard. Shiba seems far from happy when he throws the scathing remark at them.
それなら早速行こう。築地の西洋圏に行くがどうだ?
Is there a restaurant in the hotel? That sounds fine. Let's head out.
お車をご用意いたしましょうか?
Yes?
いや、無用だ。俺の車に全員乗れるだろう。
Oh?
じゃ、妹君を借りますよ、子爵殿。
うん。ユリコ、ヒデオくん、遅くならないでくれたまえ。
Fine. Without sparing even a glance at Shiba, Mizuhito calls out to his sister and Hideo before seeing them off. Hideo lightly bows to Mizuhito and trudges after Shiba and out of the parlor, looking as though the act pains him greatly. You're gonna love us! I'm gonna make you love us! You have no choice. Once they're inside the car, Yuriko learns that Shiba and Hideo already introduced themselves to one another before. Well, it would be awkward if they were just sitting in the parlor quietly, staring at each other. Well, Hideo's impassive expression doesn't let on what he thinks about Shiba. Shiba's attitude hints that the man, at least, doesn't hate Hideo.
それにしても、あなた
Oh,
のお
you're
兄様
so
は用心深いな。
cute. Your routes probably all sorts of crazy.
いざという時は俺を刀の錆にでもするつもりなのかな?
Always the redheads, man. Oh, please, enough with the exaggeration. My brother is just worried. Yeah, it just doesn't have a sister complex at all. A very dangerous sister complex. Yuriko defends her brother with a sigh, half done with having to deal with Shiba, who's put down his glass of red wine and is now digging into his thick piece of steak. Besides, my brother wouldn't have insisted on asking someone to accompany us if you hadn't been so pushy.
そうかな。俺は当たり前のことをしたまでだが。
Excuse me, what part of you is reasonable? Oh gosh. Did anyone ever tell you you're eccentric?
これでも
That's
誠
not
意
the
を込めて
word
やっ
I
てい
would
るつもりだが。
use.
なあ、秀夫君。
Oh yeah, hi Hideo. Hideo, who has been quietly cutting into his steamed white flesh fish, looks up at the abrupt mention of his name and his hands still.
はい。何でしょうか?
He's totally me, like, what? I wasn't paying attention to the conversation, what?
君、もっと飲みたまえ。それとも酒は好きじゃないのか?
I don't like wine. I think it's gross. They're well into the main dish part of the course, but Hideo's glass of white wine, which was served before the meal, is still full. Hideo slightly shakes his head in response to Shiba's suggestion.
すみません。あまり得意では
Oh,
ないん
let's
です。
do it! Drink! No, no.
おう。軍人殿は酒の方はからきしというわけか。そっちの訓練はしなかったようだな。
Well, the Marine Corps is full of crazy drinkers, drunks. Know that for a fact. To the Marine Corps ball. Woo! That was a. I've never seen so many drunks be so like dirty but clean at the same time. Like they're dressed. What are they called? Dress blues. Like food everywhere, alcohol, but their dress like uniforms spotless. One guy's wife was like her chest was so big she was falling out of her dress. It was a crazy time. It was fun. It was a good time. Anyway, go back. Sorry. And you're drinking too much, Shiba.
俺は酒が好きなのさ。
I don't like people who get
酒のない生活など
drunk.
考えられ
They're
ない。
not really fun. It's just crazy.
そうだ。あなたも飲むといい。
No, I'm good. No, I'm Girl, you and my... Virgo frantically tries to turn Shiba's offer down. Hideo watches the exchange and raises an eyebrow.
お前飲めないのか
Do you want me to get drunk with this man? That's right. In fact, I think I'm much more of a lightweight than you are, Hideo.
それはいかん。
No,
俺と一緒
we
になっ
really
た
don't.
ら毎晩付き合ってもらうんだからな。今から慣れておいてもらおうか。
I'd rather not. I don't want to have a hangover every night. Are you out of your mind? First of all, you and I are not going to get together. Hey, what are you doing? Shiba moves to pour red wine into Yuriko's glass without waiting for her consent. I'm not going to drink it. With the wine served in front of her, she has no choice but to raise her glass and very reluctantly drink the liquid inside. You can say no, woman. Whatever.
うまいか。こいつはここで一番の高級品だぞ。
Eh. But I don't know.
普段飲まないんじゃわからないだろうな。案外飲みやすいだろう。
Whenever people describe alcohol like this, I'm like, just shut the hell up and drink. I don't give a damn. It is, but I think I should stop now. I really can't drink a lot. Just sip it. What I do with margaritas, I just sip. Yuriko quickly adds, sensing Shiba's intent to pour more wine for her. She hasn't had wine in a long while, and so it doesn't take long for the apples of her cheeks to turn warm and pink. I've never heard apples of your cheeks? Is that a thing? Do people say that? Whatever. The root of her tongue is tingling from the one glass. Really, girl? You're that bad? Holy crap. I don't even really drink that often. I have a better tolerance than you. The root of her tongue is tingling from the red wine's peculiar acridity, whatever. And the thick scent is making her dizzy. Girl, you are such a light. That is like pathetic lightweight. At the early signs of her inebriation, Hideo
お
chuckles.
前がそんなに弱いとは意外だな
Don't make fun of me. I'm slightly tipsy right now. You are. Why? Do I look like I can handle my liquor well?
そうじゃないが水人くんが酒豪だからお前も飲めるものだとばかり
The
思っていた
dude hangs out in the red light district on a nightly basis. Of course, and he's a painter. Of course, he can drink. Oh, okay. I guess I can see where you're coming from. I can't. What the hell? Yuriko gives a strained smile. It's true that her brother drinks a lot. Yeah, but he gets drunk every night. Their father's father was a heavy drinker too, so maybe it runs in the family. It just means you're a family of alcoholics. Ran in my family too. Unlike my brother, I have practically zero alcohol tolerance. My brother actually had me drink as a joke, and I got completely wasted.
ほう。
Oh my
あ
gosh,
の
I
おとなし
won.
そうな
No.
殿様も無体なことをするものだな。
Yeah, sure. It's just me, really. I'm just too light of a drinker. A mouthful of wine is already more than I can handle, I'll tell you that much.
じゃあもうよせ
I mean,
お前がフ
alcohol
ラフラの
content
千
in
鳥足
wine
など
is
になってしまったら
a
俺
little
が
bit
水人くん
higher.
に叱られる
Don't like wine. I don't. My roommate cooks with so much wine. I'm like, why do you do this? Doesn't taste very good. Hideo says his mouth curved into a small smile. Shiba silently watches the two friends' interaction with rapt attention.
秀夫君はこのご兄弟とはどちらとも親しいのか？
Okay. I just noticed that this room has like 3 different light fixture styles? Like they have them on the wall, which is fine. But then they have 2 different types of chandeliers. Oh god. And the curtain's chilling inside the chair. Ah, oh. Ugh. Need to fire whoever designed this.
どちらと
Oh,
も
sorry. What?
このおひいさんとは幼馴染だと聞いたが、殿様の方とも仲が良いのか？
Oh. Once the question leaves Shiba's mouth, Hideo's smile drops, and he goes silent.
そうですね。家同士が親しかったもので。
I mean, they were.
そうか。俺には君と殿様があまり親しげには見えなかったがな。
How about stop sticking your nose in the other people's business?
そうですか。
年はおひいさんよりも殿様との方が近いんだろ？一緒に花街などへ遊びに行ったりはしないのか？
That's fine.
あの人はその道では相当有名だと聞いたが。
Hideo clenches his jaw. Jaws? His jaw. The once amicable air around them is turning spurious, or whatever. Stop using words that no one uses.
そういったことが嫌いですので。
おお、軍人殿は女嫌いか。
How did you make that connection? You don't go to see prostitutes, you must hate women. What?
あまり好きではありません。
Okay, maybe he does. Okay.
じゃあこのおひいさんの子供か？
Shut the hell up, Shiba. Realizing that she's been roped into the conversation, Yuriko holds her breath. Is this man deliberately trying to ignite Hideo's wrath? Apprehension slowly creeps into her chest like a gathering storm. Of course he is. But Hideo maintains his cold mask.
自分のことを聞い
Holy did not read
て
it
どう
right.
なさるんです？どうでもいいことじゃありませんか。
He didn't answer.
ただ興味があるだけさ。少なくともゆり子さんは君のことを気に入っているんだろう。わざわざ友にと選んだんだ。
それで俺がユリコを好いていると言ったらあなたはどうなさるんです？
I like you too. Hideo's tone suddenly changes. Doesn't address Shiba as Sir, and his speech has lost its formal soldier-like quality.
そんな意味のないことをお尋ねになるのはやめてください。時間の無駄です。
君は潔癖症なんだな。
Of course he is. Shiba laughs as he's the only person in the room, like he's the only person in the room who understands what's so funny, but the gesture seems deliberate.
人生、無駄なことの方がよっぽど楽しい。まあだが確かに将来の決まっている君に聞くことではなかったかな。
What?
やめてください、柴さん。
Hideo sounds nervous when he raises his voice to counter Shiba's casual remarks. What is Shiba trying to say? Most likely something that she's yet to know, something that Hideo doesn't want her to know. The panicked look on Hideo's face turns Yuriko's chest into chaos. What is that supposed to mean? I'm even confused. What?
言葉の通りさ。なあ、秀夫君。
Hideo chooses to respond with heavy silence. She's never seen him behave this way before. The surprise kept hidden in her heart, Yuriko shifts her gaze from Shiba to Hideo. Shiba has a sarcastic smile playing on his lips, and Hideo groans before turning to him with a scowl.
あなたは何でもご
So
存
he
知なんだ
knows that he likes her and wants to marry her? Is that what this is? Hideo, what is this about?
別に何でもない。
Yeah, but it's...
つまらない話さ。
I feel like you're talking about something that involves me.
縁談だよ。
What? Shiba doesn't miss a beat. The moment the cat is out of the bag, Hideo's shoulders jump.
ほとんどまとまった話だと聞いたんだがな。いずれ知れることなのに、
Is he
秀夫
engaged?
君がなぜ隠そうとするのか、
What?
俺には皆目わからん。
Are we gonna steal this man from another woman? Who's getting married? Is it Hideo?
そうだよ。
What? Shiba's affirmative response makes her sober up instantly.
秀夫君には婚約者がいるんだ。しかも相当な家柄の令嬢らしい。
What? You son of a bitch, you didn't tell us. It's like someone tossed a wet blanket over them. Both she and Hideo are silent as they sit in Shiba's car on their way back to Nomiya's family's manor. Shiba makes his exit after telling her that he would be back, but neither of them moves. They remain rooted to the ground. Yuriko is utterly confused. How did Shiba find out about Hideo's engagement when she, his childhood friend, has only learned about it today? It's just like when he visited Nomiya's family's manor a few days ago to accurately guess their financial situation. This man clearly picks up information related to aristocratic families' past. Maybe he often goes to evening parties and mingles with the aristocrats in order to learn about their dirty secrets. Or he has a black market or blackmailing ring. She seems to have been marked by a frightening person. Yuriko muses as she mentally cowers. Yeah, Shiba's kind of scary. I kind of like it though. Eventually, the silence between them breaks. Finally, succeeding in calming herself down, Yuriko opens her mouth to speak first. Hideo, so you have a fiancé? Hideo doesn't immediately react. After a while, however, he gives Yuriko a sidelong glance and mutters in a gloomy tone.
ああ、まだ完全にまとまったわけではないが。
So we gonna steal him? Or is he... Okay. Why didn't you talk to me about it?
お前には関係のないことだろう。
But I'm your friend. Yuriko's chest tightens at Hideo's callous response and breathing suddenly feels harder. Why would you say that? Didn't you think of me as your childhood friend, Hideo?
幼なじみ。
Am I not invited to the wedding? We are, aren't we? We've been together for as long as we can remember. Hideo scoffs and turns to her with a sneer on his face.
確かに幼い頃はよくお前と一緒にいたような気がするが。だが、それだけのことだろう。
Alright, well that's not nice. Don't say that.
付き合いは長い。だが家族ではない。内々の話をそう簡単にできるわけがない。
Are you trying to push me away? Is that what this is? The ice in Hideo's answer makes Yuriko's breath hitch. Hideo isn't wrong, but the way he puts it felt too standoffish. The sharp way he strung together his words makes her think that maybe Hideo isn't saying these things because of the Ozaki family's influence, but his own belief. She feels a pang in her chest, where a faint trace of sorrow soon takes over. Yuriko leaves Hideo with a stare filled with resentment before she can stop herself. You know, I used to believe that you've been acting callous recently because of the spat between our families, Hideo, but maybe I was wrong.
何?
Oh, was he doing it to push her away because he's getting married to someone? I'm sure your fiancée is a wonderful lady. She'll be graceful, beautiful, someone I don't deserve to be compared to.
そのことと俺のお前への態度がどう関係あるんだ?
Compared to her, I'm clearly just a tomboy. An insignificant woman. Oh, don't say that. There's plenty of guys who love tomboys. That's why you've been acting less than friendly toward me.
お前は何か勘違いをしているようだ。
Hideo looks at Yuriko with a pair of unfeeling eyes.
正直に話そうか。いいか。俺の縁談が持ち上がったのはな。
What? What
お
did I
前の
do?
せいでもあるんだ。
Wait, what?
俺にもお前にも知らされてはいなかったが、親同士の間で俺たちの縁談が一時期話題に出されたらしい。
What? What? Sensing that another shriek is on its way out of her throat, Yuriko hurriedly lifts her hand to cover her mouth. Arranging their marriage? As in she and Hideo? The idea sounds so far-fetched that she feels almost compelled to brush it off as a bad joke. I didn't know.
ああ、 あったのさ。だがお前のあの気ぐらいの高い母親が俺の家とお前の家とでは価格
What's
が
it got to
釣り
do
合わ
with
ないと
me?
一生に付したそうだ。それで尾崎家一同は激怒した。お前の家への当てつけにもっと高い家柄との縁談をまとめようと躍起になっ
What's that have
た。
to do with me?
その結果がこれだ。
It's not my fault that my mom's a bitch. The jarring details revealed, Yuriko looks at him with furrowed brows, jaw hanging open. Maybe if our dad had a spine and told her to shut it. And not to say those things about people. Maybe just don't marry the woman. Obviously, he didn't like her too much. He knocked up a maid before they even had a child together. She's never heard of this story before, not in the slightest. Remember Hideo's cold attitude toward her at the evening party. He told her that the purpose of the party was to find a man for her to marry. Now that she understands why he sounds so harsh back then. There's a whole story behind it, and this is it. Yes, there have been instances where Hideo treated Yuriko coldly before, but he never directly blamed her like he did that night. But he could have been nicer about it, since they've been friends since they were young. Actually, no, it's precisely because they've known each other for a long time that Hideo's hatred got amplified to that extent. I'm so sorry.
Yuriko.
I'm sorry, Hideo. I had no idea. Yuriko can't just stand there without apologizing. I know it's not like I could have done something if I had known about it, but I'm sorry. You have every right to be angry, Hideo.
お前が謝ることじゃない。
Well, then don't blame me for it, damn it. Hideo's voice takes a completely different turn and sounds just a little off.
俺も知らなかったことだ。急に持ち上がった縁談に驚いて、初めてそのいきさつを父に聞いたんだ。普段からお前の親に見下されているとは感じていたが、まさかそれが原因でこんなこと
Maybe
に
it
な
would be
ると
better
は。
if our mommy dearest
予
passed.
想外だよ。
I could marry whoever I want. Hideo shrugs with a strained, well, or his brother wouldn't. Right. Sorry. Hideo shrugs with a strained smile on his face. The air around him lacking the anger and irritation from moments ago.
すまないな、ユリコ。お前が悪いわけではないのに、
Well, thank you for the
意地悪なことを
apology.
言ってしまった。
Now don't be an ass next time. No, please. I've probably thrown so many insensitive words at you. Enough to last a lifetime. I'm sorry too, Hideo.
だから謝るな。俺はお前を憎いなどと一度も思ったことはないんだ。
You
あると
like
すれ
us.
ば、それは
You like us. Hideo begins, but then he stops himself and swallows the words he's about to say. Mouth in a tight line, he seems to be choosing his next words before he speaks to her. This time in a serious tone.
とにかく今回の縁談はそういうわけだ。芝さんは決まったようなことを言っていたが、まだわからん。
Then say no!
少なくとも俺は乗り気ではない。
Are you saying that you're not interested in marriage, Hideo?
もちろんだ。今はまだ考えてみたこともなかった。結婚など。
So you want to just live together? That's even worse for back then. You're right. And yet, it looms like a dark cloud over Yuriko's life, and she casts her eyes down at the reminder. Both of them are old enough to be married. It's time for them to step into a new stage of life, which involves marriage and whatnot. Yuriko can't see the beginning of a new phase in her life as something spectacular. The death of her father, the financial distress of her household. She was offered to buy her as his wife, and now her mother's illness, the unfortunate events in her life, just like those in a tragedy.
お前も
Welcome to life
芝さんとのことに
as an adult.
気が進まないのか。
One tragedy after the other, and just sprinkles of happy things. Dude. Hideo's query makes Yuriko look up. What makes you think I would be interested in that? I mean, what makes you think she's not she would be interested in him? I'm totally interested, but she's not. Her childhood friend, who's in the same predicament as she is looking at her with an unreadable expression on his face. Let's elope. That'll be fun. You're in the military. You got a job. I don't need to be an aristocrat. I'll go get a job at, I don't know, flower shop. I don't know what she could get a job as. Yuriko sighs. I'm about to say it's going to sound too uncouth coming from the mouth of a woman, but not even about my interest in him. It's more than that.
あの人が嫌いなのか？
I mean, I don't, but she probably does. Yeah, you probably heard about it from one of the people in my household, but that man said he wanted to pay my family off with money in exchange for me. She hugs herself and lets the vulgar words roll over her mouth. The idea of willingly offering himself to be the despicable man's wife is humiliating, to say the least.
確かに非常識なやり方だが、けれど、お前に選択権はないんじゃないのか？
I mean, I don't. Because I'm only a woman. Ugh. Back in the day. Hideo opens his mouth to respond to Yuriko's derisive, I know English, I swear, remark, but he seems to change his mind because silence falls upon them again. A woman has no right to make a choice in her life. She can openly express her refusal to marry Shiba because her brother, who is the head of the family, happens to be against it as well. In any other circumstances, however, a woman cannot possibly defy the decisions made by her family. Aren't you glad you live in a society? Well, most of us live in a society where you don't have to deal with this. A woman with a strong will is considered undesirable. A quiet and obedient woman who never voices a single complaint is the one extolled as a good woman, a good wife. That's why most women pretended to be quiet and yes, they go, yes, yes, yes. And then behind the scenes, they're like scheming. That scheme. The feeling of help, gotta be sneaky. The feeling of helplessness is unendurable. The suffocation from being pushed to fit inside a narrow mold that limits her every movement. Dale, do you remember the offer you gave me at the evening party that day? You said you'd help me run away, take me somewhere. Let's do it! Just not China, because World War II is coming, and it would be a very bad place to be. Korea would be bad too. Let's go to the Let's go to the Philippines or Malaysia or Laos. Yeah. Yuriko murmurs the word softly. Will you then take me away? I want to run away from here. I want to disappear. Let's do it. Let's do it. She feels like clinging to him like her lifeline. Let's go to Hokkaido up north. You know? The way she sees it, Hideo is the only person who understands her situation. Sure, there's an age difference between them. Not by much, though. There's an age difference between them, but they're both being forced to enter marriages that they didn't even ask for. Then maybe they should run away together. She's come to believe so. Let's do it! Let's do it! He can't, he's in the military, though. His voice cracks at the end. No, I'm asking you because I trust you. What?
なんでもない。つまらんことを言った。
Aw, he has such little self-esteem. Hideo wrenches his gaze away.
お前は逃げるわけにはいかない。そうだろ。
I mean,
奥方様はこの縁談にまんざらでもないという話じゃないか。
Yeah.
それは金はそこそこあるが家柄で劣る者よりも身分こそないが大金持ちのものを選んだということだ。よっぽど切迫した状況なんだろうな。
The sarcasm dripping from his words is palatable, but it doesn't sound like he's looking down on Yuriko herself. Hideo, are you going to marry your fiancé?
わからない。
But the marriage talk is nearly final,
ああ
right?
おそらく
You could just say
す
no.
るしかないんだろうな。
Hideo's face is blank.
しかし、相手の令状は俺と結婚しても幸せにはなれない。
Huh? Why not?
俺が彼女を愛することは
Well, as long
ない
as
から
she
だ。
can... She probably doesn't care, dude. You don't know that.
わかるさ。
I mean... He's like, I like you, though. Hideo drops his gaze. He looked Looks crestfallen, as if he trains so desperately to lock something that's been multiplying inside his chest in a box, and it renders Yuriko speechless.
俺の心に消えないものがある。そいつがある限り。
It's us. He likes the tomboy us. He likes us. But you and your fiancé will both end up unhappy, Hideo.
ああ、そうだな。
Welcome to a lot of arranged marriages. Have affairs, I guess, at that point. The sobering look in his eyes, he nods.
けれど、家族の結婚など、当人同士の幸福など問題
I
では
mean,
ない。
yeah. I mean, obviously
家
our
の
dad
存続
wasn't
や見栄が
exactly
保持できれ
happy.
ばいいんだからな。
He was sleeping with the
そうだろう。
maids. No, you're not wrong. Yuriko presses her lips together, unable to say anything back, because she knows it's true. We know it's true. Although what Hideo says is true, a small part of her wants to refute it, to argue with him. Yuriko's parents were in a political marriage. Her mother's older brother, who was the head of the house, and his wife had no children. Worried about the household's continuation, the vassals came up with a backup plan. They would ask the head of the household to adopt the child of his younger sister. So they chose her father, a distant relative with suitable family status, and asked her mother to marry him. Both her mother and her father didn't have any say in it. Their feelings didn't matter as to whether or not the couple's marriage was a happy one. Well, Mizuhito's presence and her mother's lavish lifestyle could answer that question. Obviously not. In the end, her mother's brother had a son with his wife, so they didn't have to adopt any children from the Nomiya family. It's not like they were having that many anyway. However, the fact remains that her parents were victims of a political marriage, and both she and Mizuhito still live feeling the weight of it. Plus, it would have taken her child away. That would be horrible. Forced into a marriage you didn't want, and then they yeah, and we're also taking your firstborn son to be heir. And they're gonna be awful. Yeah. Perhaps her family has simply inherited an unending chain of misfortunes. Just wait until World War II, lady. Yuriko muses with sorrow shrouding her heart. What if you and I did end up marrying each other? What do you think would have happened? Yuriko voices her thought out loud, and Hideo turns to her with wide eyes.
何を言っているんだ?
I like dude. I like Majima more, but you know. Well, you told me our parents discussed it once. I know it just fell through, but what if my mother weren't against it? I was just wondering.
女というやつは皆も
I'm
しも
asking if you
の話
like
が好
me,
きだな。
bro, in a roundabout way. Because thinking about it, thinking about reality is boring.
俺にはそういうことが無駄としか思えん。
Just entertain us with this thought, please. Hey, Hideo, you're such a serious man. She laughs unbidden, and Hideo frowns at her.
じゃあ、お前はどうなったと思うんだ?
I think we would have been fine. Huh? Me?
そうだ。もしも、俺とお前の縁談がまとまっていたら。
Probably have a lot of kids, that's for sure. Having a question thrown back at her, Yuriko lets her mind wander. What if she married her childhood friend Hideo? I think we would be happy. We would be happy, I'm sure of it.
幸せに?
Yes. Yes, because I know you well, Hideo. Marrying you is much better than marrying a total stranger. Yeah, you guys know each other very well. Yuriko voices her reasoning and Hideo snorts.
お前は結局まだまだ子供だな。
Shut the hell up. What? What's that supposed to mean?
俺のことをよく知っているだと？お前が一体俺の何を知っているというの？
I should know your likes and dislikes by this point, honestly. A lot? I've been around you since we were little, so I know some stuff.
それは子供の頃の話だろう。俺が士官学校に入ってからのことなどは、
Well, then
お
tell
前はま
me.
るで知らないはずだ。
Well, that's true. Maybe you're right. Yuriko grows sullen, and Hideo huffs and continues in a slightly miffed
そ
tone.
れに、お前は結婚というものがどういうものか分かっていないようだ。
Back then,
そ
making
んな簡
babies.
単に幸せになれるなどと。
I do know what marriage is about. Stop treating me like a kid.
いいや、お前は子供だ。結婚は遊びじゃないんだ。お前は
It's
た
hard
だ
work.
家族
I
にな
know
るだ
that
けだと思
marriage
って
is
いる
not
ようだが。
a fairy tale. It's a lot of hard work and partnership stuff. I know it isn't child's play. I know that when two people tie the knot, their families do too, in a sense.
それだけじゃない。
Talking about the relationship, girl. Hideo's slightly strong tone takes Yuriko by surprise. Hi! You're getting really close to my face, though. A second later, she feels the warmth of Hideo's hands on her shoulder. The setting sun behind his head, her eyes break over his callous and seething face. I like the seething face. This is supposed to be a silly conversation, so Yuriko can't fathom why Hideo looks so angry. Hideo's resentful face is reflected in her confused eyes.
お前は、
What?
お前は、
Ah,
俺の子供が
making
産めるの
babies.
かと言ってるんだ。
I mean, I don't dislike you, so... What? This question renders Yuriko voiceless. Of course, it's... Well, duh, if you got married, you'd have to have babies. Duh. Back then? Obviously. It's true that marriage also involves welcoming new members to the family, and the woman's biggest role is to give birth. In the day. And Yuriko isn't a little kid. She understands the meaning of giving birth and what comes before it. And the pain! The excruciating pain! The face of her childhood friend suddenly looks like the face of a resolute unknown man, and she swallows nervously. She even begins to feel the urge to shake off the hands on her shoulders. But before she can act on it, Hideo lifts his hands. At the same time, he looks away from Yuriko.
冗談だ。
I've been like, well, I don't dislike you. We could probably make it work. I wouldn't know until we try. Don't know until we try. Don't disgust me. I like your smell.
もしもの話なんだろ。
I probably got serious first. Yeah. The red sky behind Hideo has reduced him into a dark figure that she can only make out the outlines. Wow. That dark, huh? Yuriko feels like a corner of the world that she's familiar with has been tilted and tossed up into the wind. She has just seen something frightening and strange beyond it. I really know nothing about Hideo. Yuriko is convinced now that yes, Hideo is right. The remnants of Hideo's warmth on her shoulders spurs Yuriko's heart to beat faster. And yet she doesn't find the rapid palpitation unpleasant. Hideo, the man she used to be so close with, might be growing distant, but his true feelings are approaching her, flickering like a mirage. Their exchange has left her with that feeling.
さて、少し
Tell him
お
you'd
し
be
ゃべりが
down.
過ぎたようだな。
Tell him you'd be okay. You'd be fully okay with having his kids. Hideo's mutter is decisive. He turns his back on Yuriko to look at the eastern sky, which has become completely dark.
俺はここで失礼する。水人君によろしく。
Okay. Already? Aren't you going to come in and have some tea first?
ああ、お前の兄上と話す気分でもない。
You don't have to talk to him. Oh, okay, bye. Yuriko nods mechanically, watches Hideo's retreating back. You still hardly read Hideo, but she's glad he stayed by her side today. His presence kept Shiba from doing anything forceful to her like he did the other day, and most importantly, today I found out that Hideo is engaged, and that's not exactly something I'm happy about. Clearly, Hideo is old enough for his parents to be introducing him. Clearly, Hideo is old enough for his parents to be introducing a woman to him, or two to him. There's nothing odd about that. However, she never thought the Nomiya family would somehow be responsible for Hideo's engagement. She can't keep being clueless about things anymore, for she is no longer a child. Well, if no one tells you that this happened, how would you know? The environment around her is changing constantly at a speed faster than she thinks. But so are she and Hideo. Oh, I do like him. He's growing on me. I mean, not like his character design too much though, but I like his character personality. I like his voice actor too. When she's back at the manor, Fujita greets her with a deep bow.
姫様、
Hi,
お
sir.
帰りなさいませ。
You kind of remind me of a vampire a little bit. Thank you.
柴様とのお食事はいかがでございましたか？
It was stressful. Thanks for asking. The food was good, very delicious. She gives Fujita an absent-minded response, and he replies back, telling her he's glad to hear that with his usual poker face. The manor hasn't changed in the few hours she wasn't there, and the familiar atmosphere makes her question if what happened until several moments ago was just a dream. Perhaps it was just a dream. Yuriko briefly entertains the thought.
姫様、奥方様が姫様がご帰宅の際にはお呼びするようにとのことでございます。
I really can't deal with Mother Dearest right now. Mother did? Fujita's voice draws Yuriko back to reality and away from her restlessness. Oh no, is her condition worsened?
いいえ、姫様にお話があるの
I
だ
don't
そう
want to
です。
marry Shiba, Mother Dearest. Oh, okay, I understand. Even though Yuriko's mother summoning her, she did plan to visit her room as soon as she came home. However, now that her mother has specifically requested her presence, she is plagued with worry that something alarming is about to take place. You and me both, girl. Yuriko fixes her appearance and walks briskly towards her mother's room. I swear, if she agreed to marrying Shiba for us, I'd be pissed. Mother, it's me,
お
Yuriko.
かえり。
She steps into the room and finds that Shigeko is already sat up in her bed. Obviously, Mom and Dad weren't sharing a bed or a room. She probably already guessed when Yuriko would be coming home and told the servants to stay away because there isn't a single maid inside her room. What's going
お
on?
かえり、ゆりさん。
You're making me nervous. Thank you, and I'm sorry for leaving you behind.
いいのよ。あなたは娘盛りなのだから、たくさん外へ出なくては。
Her mother smiles, and there isn't a trace of the dauntless airs she used to put on. Is she dying? She looks even more ill compared to this morning, and Yuriko's heart sinks.
さあ、もっと近くへいらっしゃい。
Yes, mother. Beckoning closer, she moves to sit on the chair situated next to her mother's bed. From this distance, she can tell that her mother indeed looks paler and weaker. Why did her condition get worse so suddenly? It is when she is struggling to find words that Shigeko murmurs.
ゆりさん、
Yeah, she's gonna die.
私はもう長くはないわ。
Her words strike Yuriko like lightning and she trembles. Mother, what are you saying?
いいえ、
I-
仕方がないの。
Dying! Yeah. Her mother breaks into a smile, a weak one, as she shakes her head.
自分でもわかるのよ。以前から長くは生きられないと言われていたの。
He's with the maid.
だから怖くはないわ。
Mhm.
殿様もあちらにいらっしゃるのだし。
Mother, please don't say that.
今言わなければいけないのよ。
Our brother's not actually our brother
ねえ、
at
ゆり
all,
さん。
right?
あ
He's
な
just
たに
adopted.
伝えておきたいことがあるの。
Her mother stretches out her arm, much thinner than it used to be, and takes Yuriko's hand in hers.
私に一つ未練があると
Please
すれ
don't
ば、
make me marry Shiba because I want
そ
to.
れはやはりこの家のことです。
Yes? Yuriko knows just from those words that her mother wants to tell her. She grasps tightly onto her mother's
あ
hand.
なたにははっきり言うけれ
Ha! I
ど、
knew that!
水人さんは頼りにはならないわ。女といえども、
Obviously,
この家
for
の
handling
本
everything.
当の主は
Our brother's
あなた
useless.
よ。
Mother, I can't. It's called doing it
Anata
behind
ni
the scenes, girl.
私の武家の血と父親の公家の血が流れています。どちらも途絶えさせてはならないもの。ま
'Cause
ず健やかな子供を産むことを約束してちょうだい。
considering our brother's whoring around, there's probably a couple illegitimate children running around, so you don't have to worry about that. Yes. Okay, fine.
そうしてできれば 視力のある方と結婚なさい。
Can I marry
この
my
家を存
childhood
続させる
friend,
ために。
please? Shigeko stares at Yuriko with sunken eyes that are oddly seething with verve. I have no idea. They're using words I've never seen before. Yuriko gulps at the intensity of her gaze.
あなたにはできるはずよ。美しさと、そして凛とした才気を備えたあなたなら。
Cool, yeah. I am not that great.
実際、あなたに求婚している人があるじゃない
No,
の。
no, no.
家族ではないけれど、 理想的な。
Mother, you're seriously rooting for... Does Mother want her to marry Shiba after all? But Yuriko fails to finish her sentence. Instead, she gnaws on her lips and stares at her mother. Her mother hasn't refuted or confirmed her question, but the powerful glint in her gaze says it
い
all.
いですね。ゆり子、
I'm not listening to your will. Not
私
happening.
の意志はあなたに託しましたよ。
Nope. Not doing it. Yes, Mother. Overwhelmed by the ghastly air about her mother, Yuriko makes a small nod. Having seen her response, her mother looks relieved as she leans back, resting against the pillow. She's gonna die tonight, isn't
あ
she?
なたになら任せられるわ、ゆりさん。私はね、何よりも信頼に足るものは血のつながりだと信じているの。
I disagree, but okay. Blood relationship.
そうよ。
Shigeko is looking up at the ceiling, but her eyes look like they're fixated on something invisible.
真に愛せるのも血を分けたものだけ。この体に流れる血潮がそれを求めているのですよ。
Well, your blood's fucking wrong because you can love adopted children as your own. Alright, lady. Whatever. Yuriko isn't sure she understands fully what her mother is saying. Maybe she's referring to Mizuhito, with whom she doesn't share the same blood. Perhaps she's talking about something in her past that no one else knows. What Yuriko knows for sure is the sorrow she's feeling because her mother seems to have braced herself for death. Is she not her dad's daughter? Is she an affair baby as well? And so we're not actually related to her half-brother? I hope so, because that would make it a lot less creepy. I mean, they're still raised together, but anyway. And that belief may ruin her mother's chance of recovering. She wonders if her mother is actually waiting eagerly for her own death. Because that's the impression that Yuriko gets, and she's also scared. Yeah, it sounds like Mom wants to go. Scared because she has a feeling that something dark is coming for the family, silently drifting in like the putrid smell of the dead. Whatever, Saburo? I don't know. If he's not sinister, I'm gonna feel bad. Oh, is that the end of the prologue? Woo! I'm gonna have to probably cut this out, guys. So, see ya. Woo! I think we're on the actual route now. Let's go! The quiet days continue. Did Mom die? Contrary to the relatively uneventful days, however, the shadow of misfortune looming over the Nomiya household grows darker by the day. Yuriko caught on to that omen when she looked down from the window of her room to view the garden. An unfamiliar man is talking at Majima. Unlike his usual gentle attitude, Majima is scowling at the man, shaking his head and seemingly trying to drive him away. The fact that an unknown man is walking inside the perimeter of the manor is concerning. The man reminds Yuriko of the terrible incident that happened that night, and she trembles at the recollection. What is happening down there? With trepidation plaguing her, Yuriko walks briskly toward the lower floor of the manor. Majima!
ああ、姫様。
Out of breath, she runs towards Majima, but the unknown man is nowhere to be seen. Majima watches Yuriko trying to control her breath as his eyes widen.
どうなさったんですか?
Who are you talking to? Who's that man?
ああ、
Yeah.
2階の部屋から見ていらしたのか。
Kinda got a great view from up there. Yes, I was. And there was something strange about your interaction with that man, so I... Yuriko's explanation seems to have startled Majima because he slightly lowers his head before
記
answering.
者です。朝日新聞の。
Oh? A journalist? Yuriko squeaks, not expecting the answer. What does a journalist from the Asahi newspaper want from this household? Gossiping about the aristocrats is a form of pleasure among the common people, but there shouldn't be anything in this poor household that is worthy of their keen attention. Your dad was murdered, your mom is sick, your brother may have caused issues at the red light district, who knows? But why did he come here?
姫様は何も気になさらないでください。くだらないことですよ。
I'm starting to suspect you of something. But still...
姫様、安心してください。
Majima's tone is firm when he says this.
何度来ても俺が追い返してやりますから。この家の敷居をまたがせやしませんよ。
But why was he already in the perimeter? Isn't there like a gate? Majima. His earnest gaze stops Yuriko from saying anything more. Majima may be gentle, but he can also be stubborn. She knows she won't get anything out of him even if she pesters him. He's probably doing this out of concern for Yuriko, but being left in the dark is vexing. Majima, please let me know right away if there's something wrong. Please?
はい、姫様。もちろんです。
After watching him bow deeply, Yuriko walks back toward the manor with a heavy heart. I don't know, he's acting kind of suspicious. Hi, Fujita! Fujita calls just as she crosses the entry hall to see her mother. What is it, Fujita? Did mom die?
奥方様のお部屋へ参られるのですか?
Is she dead? Yes, I am. What's wrong?
今、お客様がいらっしゃっています。
Who?
Oh.
Oh, really? Who's visiting? Shortly after the question leaves her mouth, she notices that someone is walking down the stairs. Oh god, if it's Shiba, I'm gonna lose my mind. When she turns around, oh, it's the one lady who was making comments about us smelling like a freaking dog in heat. When she turns around, the first thing that enters her field of vision is a kimono in vivid colors. And then a familiar and cheerful voice reaches Yuriko's ears.
あら、おひいさん。
Are you our actual mother, Kyoko? Oh, Lady Kyoko. Her mother's guest turns out to be Kyoko Amami, the beautiful woman that she met at the party. Upon hearing Yoriko's voice, Kyoko's entire face lightens up like a rose in full bloom, and she smiles.
覚えていてくださったのね。
She puts me on edge. That sniffing smell conversation. But please, of course I remember you. Thank you for coming to visit my mother today. I remember that awkward
私は重子様のお
conversation.
友達ですもの。当たり前のことよ。
Don't I have any friends? I feel like we don't have friends.
それよりもね、ゆりさん。
Are you gonna talk about our smell again? Because I would rather not. Yes?
少しお話ししませんこと？
Okay. What? You want to talk to me?
そうよ。せっかくこうしてお会いできたんですもの。可愛らしいお嬢さんとお話しするのは私の何よりの楽しみなの。
I'm getting stranger danger vibes, but okay. I see. With pleasure then. Fujita?
はい、
Could you bring some tea to the parlor?
かしこまりました。
Fujita bows and Kyoko turns to him, looking as if she only just realized that she wasn't alone
お
with
前
Yuriko.
はここのカレーかしら？
Don't go for him.
はい、
Leave him alone.
藤田と申します。
Wait, who let her in the house if it wasn't him?
うん。
What? Kyoko's curious eyes gaze at Fujita's tall figure.
お前、偉人の血が入っているのね。
Are you gonna say something racist?
はい、父は英国の人間です。
I couldn't tell.
なるほどね。
Okay.
大した美女婦だこと。
Now I'm afraid she's gonna, take him to a back room and have a good time. Kyoko says, eyes still fixated on Fujita, except now they look glossy. Oh my gosh, she's having some thoughts. Girl, I would too, probably. And there's something predatory in her gay eyes as she runs them from Fujita's head to toe, devouring every inch of his body. Oh, I like her. We could be friends. I have. We can be friends. Let's be
さ
friends.
ぞかしご
Oh.
立派なんだろうね。
Oh, do you run a brothel? Are you madam? Oh my gosh, this lady. I like her. She's dirty. Everyone in this game is dirty except for Hideo. Out of every route, we got the straight-laced guy. Please let him be a freak, otherwise... Well, we probably don't get to see that because it's edited. Lady Kyoko. Okay, people who said that this was more, like, less risque than freaking... Olympia Soiree are dirty liars because there's so much innuendo going on. Yuriko inquires, not quite sure what Kyoko is thinking. Girl, you are so innocent. Oh my gosh. In that instant, Kyoko makes a gentle face before turning to Yuriko. Now I'm scared. Even
なんで
more.
もないわおひいさん。さあ行きましょう。
You need to be scared, sir. She's gonna eat you.
本当はもっと早くに来たかっ
You
たん
have a
だけれど
son?
息子が熱を出していたの。
You have a son? They're sipping at the tea Fujita prepared for them. Kyoko sitting across, Yuriko, and she begins talking with an annoyed look on her
子
face.
供って嫌ね。すぐに熱を出すんだもの。もう10歳になったっていうのに、女中に任せておけばいいのに、父がうるさいもんだから。
Oh, yeah. I didn't know he had such a grown-up son.
ええ、そうよ。30歳の時に産んだの。
Oh, so you're
ずっと
40
気を
then.
つけて
You
いた
look
んだ
good.
けど、
You look great for your
一
age.
人くらい産めと言われて、仕方なく作ったの。
Oh.
ゾッとする体験だったわ。あなたも子供なんか産まない方がいいの
Especially
よ。
back then, yeah. Oh, right. It's the first time someone has told her not to have children, and that someone is a woman. I mean, yeah. This Kyoko lady says the most mind-boggling things while maintaining such a look of indifference. Yuriko has never met anyone like this lady before. She is a bit unconventional, and that part about her reminds Yuriko of Shiba because they seem to have it in common.
茂子様をお見舞いできてよかったわ。それにしても、
Well, she's been ill.
ずいぶん細くおなりになってしまって。
Yes, my mother hasn't been eating much,
そ
so
うでしょうね。あの様子では。
I kind of feel like she's gonna eat me up too. Kyoko blinks, her long eyelashes fluttering. With the movement. I don't know, and size. She's just so
殿
distracting.
様は茂子様をとてもとても愛していらしたから引きずられてしまっているのかしら。
He had a child with the maid before he had a child with his wife. I don't consider that loving his wife a lot. What? She implores, not believing what she just heard. Is her father that badly in love with her mother? No, I don't think so. Because that wasn't the impression she got as their child. To her, the relationship between the married couple looked like it had gone completely cold. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yuriko doesn't know how to react. She knows that Kyoko meant that remark as a compliment to her deceased father, but she didn't expect Kyoko to phrase it as a reason for her mother's illness. Kyoko watches Yuriko with a bemused
ほ
expression.
ら、意外だというお顔ね、おひいさん。
He's not our dad. I'm calling it again. He's not our dad. Oh, I just
いいのよ。あなたは知らなくて当然だわ。
what? Kyoko's laughter fills the room like the light tingling of a bell.
私は茂子様の長いお友達だから知っているの。
Was
殿
it?
様の茂子様への執着は、それはもう
But
も
he
の
had
すごかったのよ。
They had an affair, baby. Was it?
ねえ。あなたは政略結婚によって二人が結びついたと思っているのでしょう。
Was it not? Yuriko nods because that was indeed what her mother told her.
もちろんそういう部分もあるけれど、
What?
殿様の凄まじい愛情は寒気がするほどだったわね。
Was our dad a crazy person? That heavy?
もう茂子様が心身ともにすり減ってしまうくらいにね。
I don't believe you.
まあそんな様子は子供の前では見せるはずもないわね。
Then why did they have an affair, baby? Yuriko finds Kyoko's words hard to believe, because it begs the question of why her father would sleep with another woman and let her give birth to Mizuhito. Exactly! He had an affair, baby. She doesn't have an answer to that question. She wonders if her mother would share it with her. Not when she's ill like this, probably not. Her mother is ill. Given the current circumstances, asking her about it just doesn't seem like the best thing. Let's ask Kyoko then.
そういえば今日はどこかへ出かけていらしたの？
No, I've been home all day today. Why do you ask?
私が階段を降りてきた時、外から戻っていらしたような様子じゃなかったかしら？
No, I was talking to Majima. Oh, I only went out to see the garden.
あら、そうだったの。いいお天気ですものね。今日は風も吹いていて少し涼しい。
I want to know why Dad had an affair, baby, if he's obsessed with Mom. Then another matter springs to Yuriko's mind. It's the issue that Majima has stubbornly refused to talk about. She asks Kyoko right here and now. She's fairly sure that she'll give her an answer. Yuriko is still cautious about the journalist. Her guts tell her that this isn't an issue that she should overlook. Lady Kyoko, I have a question for you.
なに？かわいい人。
Please don't have...
私にわかることなら何でもお話しするわ。
Kyoko smiles brightly at her. Encouraged by the lady's positive reaction, Yuriko opens her mouth to press on. A journalist came to the manor just now.
記者が？
Apparently, yes. Her servant turned him away, but I can't help but wonder what a journalist would come here for in the first place.
その使用人は記者に何と言われたの？
I don't know, he didn't tell me. Well, the thing is, that servant has refused to share the details with me. That's why I'm so bothered. Kyoko blinks slowly. She holds Yuriko's gaze, serious gaze as she seems to be pondering over something.
そうね。あなたも知って
Tell
おく
me,
べ
if
き
you
か
want
も
to
しれ
find
な
out
い。
anyway, just tell me.
というよりもじきに知ることなんでしょうけれど。
What? What are you talking about? The atmosphere around them is ominous, and it frightens Yuriko. She was the one who brought up the subject, but in hindsight, maybe she shouldn't have. Maybe she isn't ready for the answer. Maybe it's the sense of foreboding or an instinct shouting at her that something dangerous is coming
あ
her
の
way.
ね、実はあなたのお父様はあのならず者たちに殺されたのではないかもしれない
I
の。
knew that it was a diversion. What? Every muscle in her body grows taut. Cold blooms from her fingertips, creeping upwards until it's frozen her hands in her lap in an instant. Unlike the strained look on Yuriko's face, Kyoko remains nonplussed, as if she's just talking about another piece of gossip. At this rate, it's possible that the lady is willing to answer any questions thrown her way. However, she isn't sure she wants to know more. Choosing her words carefully, Yuriko asks with a trembling voice, "So who killed my father?"
さあ、それはわからないわ。ただ、生きて捕らえられた男たちは
No, they were
みん
downstairs.
な一様にあの磁石を切った覚えはないと言っているらしいの。自分たちが屋敷に侵入した時には磁石の姿はなかったと
Did
いう
our
の。
mom kill him? What?
真実はわからないわ。殺人の罪をかぶりたくないだけかもしれないわね。
That could be it.
けれど、ああいう手合いの男どもはそういう逃げ方はしないものよ。普通に考えれば、磁石は彼らの侵入してくる前に何者かの手にかかった
It
ので
was
しょ
a
うね。
diversion. Oh no, why would anyone do that to my father? Yuriko last saw her father before the dancing started. It was before she was introduced to the guests, greeted them, and ran away to the garden because she got tired of the crowd. Yuriko has no idea what happened after that. She does remember taking a breather while letting Majima wash her feet. Up until today, she thought those brutes killed her father, but that doesn't seem to be the case. someone else killed her father when she was away from the manor, and then those men broke in.
記者が来ていたということはもう嗅ぎつけたのね。さすが耳の早いこと。
But why would it be any interested journalist? That's what I want to know.
あの男たちでないとしたら犯人はあの夜会にいた誰かという可能性が高いわ。場違いな人が入ってきたらすぐにわかりますものね。そうしたら野宮子爵殺害事件は格好の記事になるわ。あの夜会にいたのはみんな地位ある人たちですもの。
And the journalist wanted to interview this household.
そういうことね。
Kyoko's voice sounds far in Yuriko's ears.
それに子爵の体や現場には揉み合った跡はなかったというし、びっくりしたお顔だったというじゃない。顔けれど、私はこの事件解決はしないと思うわよ。だって目撃者がいないんですもの。いたとしたらとっくに警察は動いているわ。
Maybe it was our mom. I still think it was our mom because she was the first one to find him, right? She was screaming. Someone who was at the party that evening killed her father. Well, obviously. This newfound discovery is much more difficult to come to terms with than the theory that the anti-government criminals were her father's murderers. Yuriko can't remember how the rest of her conversation with Kyoko went. Yuriko snaps out of it. So much time must have passed, and she's sitting on the couch in the parlor all by herself. Fujita calls her to inform her that dinner is ready, and she vaguely registers that it's already nightfall. Back in her room, Yuriko sits on her bed unmoving. She wants to just fall asleep, but no matter how many times she tries to lie down, sleep never comes to her to claim her. Father was killed by someone who he was familiar with. Her conversation with Kyoko refuses to leave her mind. She has tried thinking about other things to no avail. What should she do? Yuriko doesn't know what to do to get rid of the agony in her heart. But she doesn't have anyone around in front of whom she can wail about the cruel fact that she just discovered today. Because her brother sucks and isn't there. He's at the red light district again. Her brother must be at the red light district right about now, and telling her ill mother about it. This seems unwise. Majima and Fujita are her servants, and she isn't close enough with any of the maids. Besides, I don't think this matter is something I should discuss openly with others. The fact that Kyoko has heard of that particular detail about her father's murder case means that there are people out there who know about it too. However, no one seems to know about the murderer's objective, and there has yet to be an uproar about this household. Maybe Kyoko is right. The case will end up unresolved, treated as if it never happened. That's what Whatever happens won't bring my father back. Who killed her father? She's caught between wanting to know more and not knowing at all. She fears the truth is going to be so much more excruciating to bear. More importantly, she just doesn't have the willpower or energy to start investigating. Grief is still running deep in Yuriko's heart. After all, it hasn't even been a month since her father died. Jeez. She doesn't see how she can sleep now. Maybe she should just lie down and wait for the morning to come. Probably. The sun will rise, shining over the world and dispelling some of the clouds that have gathered over her mind. Yuriko closes her eyelids and they feel heavy. For a second, a dark wish crosses her mind. If only she could just fall into an eternal slumber. Perhaps then she would no longer have to suffer. Aw, poor sweetie. Poor sweetie. It'll get better. Hopefully. Hopefully it'll get better. Alright, I'm gonna, Shiba's here. So, before we get sucked into another encounter with Shiba, that man. I'm kind of severed on his rope. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. If there are any games or routes you would like me to play, let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I'll see you next time. Bye!